The reason your partner continues to try to control you is because they struggle to control their own internal world. Let me say it again. If you're in a controlling relationship, the reason why your partner attempts to control you and the external world around you guys that you are part of with them is because they do not know how to control their own internal world and the things going on with inside them. Now, I'd be the first to say, you should never get into a relationship with a controlling person because they have things they need to work out, right? But hey, it happens. We look up sometimes and you realize your partner is pretty controlling, but you're already invested and you're already in a relationship with them. At that point, you are their partner now, and it is your job to come to serve like they should be trying to serve you. And if you recognize and see a space and struggle place that they're in, that they're struggling to work through because they're clearly doing unhealthy things, like trying to control you, then it's in your court, as long as you decide this relationship is worth fighting for, to help them with that internal struggle. Now, you can only help someone that wants to be helped, right? And that's embracing to the help, as long as you approach it in the right way or the most productive way. But you do your part consistently. And if they're receptive to it, you'll get a lot better results, I promise. But if they're not receptive to it, and at some point you have to make a decision, does this make sense to continue forward if my partner's just not there in their stage of growth to be able to embrace what's necessary so that this relationship has better balance and it doesn't feel so smothering and I'm feeling so controlled. But if you realize your partner does want to work on this and they don't like necessarily being controlling in the way that they are and so forth, right? The first thing I need you to understand is no matter what it looks like on the surface, no matter how intentional and how much you may think they desire to control things because they're a narcissist and all these kind of things, right? Understand it's not about you, it's about their internal struggle. And the biggest fueler to this internal struggle is fueled by anxiety, fear, and insecurity, to where they feel out of control internally. So they seek to regain a sense of power and control externally by controlling things around them in the outside world. And you are the biggest piece of that outside world for them. So the best thing you can do to help your partner kick this habit or let go of the need to control things externally to feel good internally is to help create a space of emotional safety and security for them. First thing you want to do is build reassurance and open communication with them to where they feel valued, heard, and supported. And you do this best by listening to them actively, validating their feelings, and building reassurance with them by letting them know how committed you are to the relationship as well as their needs, right? And when you do this, this helps really release and reduce the sense of insecurity that your partner has, and also the tendencies to be controlling to try to make themselves feel secure externally. Second thing you want to do is encourage vulnerability. Really be proactive about creating a safe space, encouraging your partner to express their thoughts and their feelings, right? Their fears and their anxieties without judgment to you. When they feel free to express themselves emotionally, it lessens their need to control external circumstances as a way of coping with their internal struggles. And third, set healthy boundaries together, right? To where you're establishing a mutual balance for both of you to be respected and have autonomy. When there's clear set boundaries for the both of you, it alleviates their desire to micromanage or control different aspects of your life. Why? Because it gives them a sense of structure without overstepping into harmful behaviors. Now, the way you're going to help this boundary setting between you and them be most effective is you have to pour into encouraging their autonomy, right? You have to support them feeling safe and secure within themselves. Help them on the journey of self-validating themselves, right? Feeling confident in what they bring to the world for themselves, what they believe about themselves, and what they can start to do on their own so that they can actually start to build the muscle to self-regulate and navigate those internal struggles and emotions that they're dealing with, and turn away from that old habit of trying to control you or things around you guys as a way of feeling that security that they can really feel on their own if they actually put the work into self-regulating and truly seeing and understanding their worth and their value, their self-love for themselves, and pouring care into that. But ultimately, building a foundation of trust security, and open communication in your relationship with you and your partner will slowly but surely start to diminish their need to be as controlling, the more emotionally secure they become internally. Now, like I said, this will only work with a partner who is willing to embrace what you're trying to help them do. A person that actually wants to change those ways because they recognize it's not healthy that they're doing this. If you're trying to put these efforts forward and they're not responding to it or not, embracing them, then now you have a tough call to make on whether you want to stay and continue on in this relationship and if it's serving to you and them to do such, right? But if you need help learning the tools and the skills to execute what I just laid out to help your partner lessen their need to feel so controlling externally and build the muscle to control themselves internally so your relationship can be harmonious, then reach out to me via email or DM me coaching, and we will get to work as long as you're truly ready to put the work in. Let's get it.